Plug into Allah, the podcast, Episode 5, False Piety and Releasing Judgment. Follow along by downloading the worksheet for today's episode for 99 cents on Etsy at the Etsy shop Islam for the rest of us. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome back to another episode of Plug into Allah, the podcast. I'm Yasmina, and today we're tackling a topic that might stir some emotions: false piety, judgment, and the toxic pressure of perfect Muslims. Have you ever been around someone who follows Islam to the letter, prays on time, dresses modestly, fasts, read the Quran, but whose personality and actions make you wonder if they are truly following Allah's path? We're diving deep today, breaking down the difference between outward worship and true faith, confronting the ways judgmental Muslims make others feel unworthy of God's mercy. Plug into Allah, Islamic Prayer Journal, page 5. Call upon your Lord humbly and in secret. Lo, he loveth not aggressors. Quran 7:55. In Catholic tradition, you may be familiar with a Bible verse in Matthew. But when you pray, go into your room and shut the door and pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. This is a reminder that there is false piety, not necessarily by you, but by others who may not even be aware of what they do. Someone, maybe a family member, maybe a religious leader, maybe a community figure, reads Quran, prays all 5 prayers on time to the minute, fasts, dresses modestly, but their character and actions make you pray for their soul to writhe in hellfire for eternity after eternity. Why? Because they have no adab, no manners. They constantly yell and scream. They are accusatory and paranoid. They judge and condemn anyone as not being a real Muslim simply because they don't practice exactly like they do. Who in your life makes you feel like you are going straight to hell while they have a first-class ticket to heaven? Release this person and understand their mistreatment of you is indeed grounds to deny access into paradise. Conclusion of page 5, Plug into Allah, the Islamic Prayer Journal. The burden of judgmental Muslims. This one cuts deep, doesn't it? We all know someone like this, the person who makes us question our own faith because we don't fit the rigid mold of what a perfect Muslim should be. The person whose judgment makes us feel small, unworthy, and miles away from Allah's mercy. And here's the thing, Islam was never meant to be weaponized against others. When I was younger, I struggled with this a lot. I felt like I was always disappointing the people around me who seemed to get it right. The ones who followed every rule, hit every prayer perfectly, fasted effortlessly. Meanwhile, I was battling thoughts of doubt, resentment, exhaustion. I was afraid I would never be good enough to be seen as a real Muslim. And then I had a realization that changed everything. Islam is not a checklist. It is not a rigid set of rules that, if performed perfectly, guarantees entry into paradise. Islam is about submission, sincerity, and internal transformation, not just outward performance. And that means the person who prays 5 times a day but uses that prayer as an excuse to judge and harm others might be farther from Allah than the person struggling to pray but whose heart is full of sincerity, mercy, and compassion. Releasing the pressure to compare. Who in your life makes you feel like you're going straight to hell while they have a first-class ticket to Jannah? Who has made you feel unworthy of faith simply because you don't measure up to their level of outward worship? Today, I want you to release that pressure. Release the comparison. Release the unfair guilt that someone else has placed on your heart. Because Allah is not measuring you against the most judgmental person in your life. He is looking at your heart, your sincerity, and your personal journey toward Him. And if someone in your life lacks adab, if their behavior is harsh, accusatory, paranoid, toxic, know that their actions are their test. Their mistreatment of others is grounds for questioning their sincerity, just as much as a lack of prayer might be for someone else. It's time to free yourself from the judgment of others and focus on the kind of believer you want to be. The weekly challenge. So here's your challenge for today and this week. Write down the name or description of the person who has made you feel unworthy in your faith. Then release the need to compare yourself to them. Burn the paper, delete the thought, remove their weight from your worship. Refocus your faith on your journey, not theirs. Reflect on how Allah views you, not how others see you. And if you need a structured way to work through this, pick up your copy of Plug into Allah, the journal. This journal isn't about rigid worship, it's about real reflection, honest conversations, and strengthening your spiritual connection in a way that feels authentic. To follow along with today's episode, go to Etsy, Islam for the Rest of Us, and download the 99 cents handbook worksheet for today. The $5 15-page sample of the PDF is available now on Etsy at Islam for the Rest of Us. Perfect for your iPad or tablet, for digital note-taking, using a stylus, using the Notes or Notability app. And the paperback has been released on Amazon for $16 if you prefer a physical copy. Before we wrap up, I want to hear from you. Who are you releasing from your faith journey today? Who has weighed down your worship, and how are you choosing to reclaim your relationship with Allah on your terms? Next week, we dive into faith struggles when you're burned out and disconnected, how to reignite your spirituality even when you don't feel close to Allah. Hit follow, tap the link in bio, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Plug into Allah, the podcast. Assalamu alaikum, and may your worship be filled with sincerity, peace, and freedom from judgment. Love to all.